Some people love watching films at home, but others like going to the movie theater. Today, we will discuss unusual cinemas from all over the world. Let's learn what you think about watching films and going to the cinema. Are the sentences in exercise 1, page 242, true about you? Why or why not? For example, I prefer going to the cinema to watching films online because you can watch the latest premieres there. So what can you say? I prefer going to the cinema to watching films online. I often buy DVDs and watch films at home. I enjoy watching 3D films. I can't stand watching films at an outdoor cinema. Some people like watching films at home. So what are the advantages of doing so? You can use these ideas. For example, you can watch both old and new films. Some people can't live without going to the movie theater with friends. So what are the advantages of watching films at the cinema? You may use these tips. For example, you can watch the latest premieres at the cinema. Going to the cinema is an enjoyable pastime, and going to an unusual cinema is even more exciting. Let's learn about some unusual movie theaters all over the world. Listen to the descriptions of these cinemas or read them in exercise 2b, pages 243 245 in your books. Match the pictures with the descriptions.
A. The Archipelago Cinema, Thailand. Imagine floating on a raft at sea in total darkness, with a jungle background and towering rocks on either side. Now place a cinema screen into this dramatic landscape, and you have the incredible Archipelago Cinema. Designed by German-born, Beijing-based architect Ole Sheeran, the Archipelago Cinema was created specifically for the Film on the Rocks Ya Noi Festival in Thailand. When I saw the breathtaking beauty of the Nay Pai Lay Lagoon, I thought it would be amazing if the audience would float on the ocean while watching films. Sheeran says, inspired by the local lobster fishermen's rafts, Sheeran and his team created a huge flotation device made from recycled wood and mosquito nets. The audience sits on beanbags watching an enormous screen that's fixed to the ocean floor.
B. Event Cornwall Outdoor Screenings, UK. Event Cornwall annually hosts outdoor screenings of water-themed films on the King Henry Ferry as part of the Fowler River Festival. This year's event started with a screening of Jaws. During that film, there was a fisherman's boat that circled the ferry with one light on, which added to the scary atmosphere, an Event Cornwall spokesman said. Likewise, for a screening of The Perfect Storm, it poured with rain. It's like a 4D cinematic experience. Event Cornwall has also organised screenings of The Blair Witch Project and Friday the 13th. For these films, the location was chosen in the wooded Tahiti Country Park. There was a moment in Friday the 13th when there was a chase through the woods, and you couldn't see where the screen stopped and the woods started, the spokesperson added.
C. CGV Cheongdam Cine City, Seoul, South Korea. This cinema takes the viewing experience to the next level with moving seats, special lighting, wind, fog, and even scent-based effects to make you feel immersed in the film. For a screening of Titanic, the audience got to go down with the ship. Mist was created and sea-scented water was sprayed. This 4D gripping experience aims to free the filmgoers by placing them into the shoes of the hero, by feeling what he feels. Sitting through amusement park type effects for such a long time may not be suitable for everyone, so this cinema is not a good choice for people with heart disease, back pains, and children under 1 meter.
D. Staircase Cinema, Auckland, New Zealand. The Stairway Cinema was built in 2012 on an outdoor staircase in a busy place with a lot of bus stops. This small, comfortable cinema is located on the steps of the staircase, used as seats for about 7 people. Passers-by can step inside for a few minutes and watch a short film while waiting for their bus or laundry. Its creators said about their project, "Our aim is to experiment with architecture and the way it can interact with the public in unique and exciting ways. This project takes inspiration from the site and its inhabitants. The intersection of Simon Street and Mount Street is a place of hard waiting with bus stops and laundromats, which make the Staircase Cinema a great spot for social interaction."
Here are the correct answers for you. In the first picture, you can see the Staircase Cinema. In the second one, you can see the Event Cornwall outdoor screenings. In the third picture, we have the CGV Cheongdam Cine City. And in the last picture, you can see the Archipelago Cinema. Look through the texts again and say in which of the cinemas you can find this or that. Exercise 2B, page 245. You can stop the video now to look through the texts. Now you can have a look at the correct answers. How are the adjectives from exercise 2C, page 245, used in the texts? What do they describe? For example, dramatic. Now place a cinema screen into this dramatic landscape and you have the incredible Archipelago Cinema. Don't forget to pause the video to look for the answers. Which of the cinemas would you like to visit? Why? For example, I would like to visit the Staircase Cinema because it has very unusual seats. Now recommend one of these cinemas to your friend. Speak about the name of the cinema, its location, genres of films shown, its unusual characteristics, and special effects. Do you know about any other unusual cinemas in the world? Have you heard about unusual movie theaters in Belarus? Did you visit the open-air cinema in Grodno? What is unusual about it? And now, imagine that you are a designer. Create your unusual cinema. Think of its location, its shape and materials, its special features. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye.